Hello and welcome. I'm Reiki Rita Roberts. Welcome to another episode of Functional Family Fridays. Today's topic is the danger of living in a toxic or negative environment. So, as we know as parents, we're often very conscientious of the friends that our children keep. Why is that? Because we know that eventually, over time, if they're hanging around with negative children or, disruptive or dangerous children, for lack of a better word, then we know eventually those traits are going to impact our children. So we're very conscientious of making sure they're around good, lovable, positive children that are going to influence them in a positive way. However, what's interesting is that we don't do it for ourselves, right? Well, we won't gauge the environment that we're in, especially when it comes to family. We tend to tolerate, in order to keep the peace, a lot of negativity in the family. So today, I'm going to talk about the four sort of key things that happens to us when we tolerate negative family environment and toxic people. Okay? So, just referring to my notes, here's number one that typically that happens. Over time, you end up becoming what you despise. You end up becoming what you hate in those negative people. Because remember, that energy, that vibration is going to affect your aura and your energy field. Eventually, like if you just keep, being around negativity, eventually you can't help but spew out negativity yourself. There's only so long that that positive influence has over negative people, and they start to eventually rub off on you, and you become what you despise. I know that happened to me, that you won't even become aware of it. You'll become very negative and toxic yourself, pessimistic, sarcastic, racist, whatever it is that you're being influenced by, you become. And I remember when I was in my family of origin growing up, someone loved me enough to say, Rita, I love you to pieces, but you tend to be very negative or very pessimistic. And I, took that to heart and was insulted. But when I was really ready to see the truth, I knew they were right. That everything that came out of my mouth was negative. So I want you to put that to the test, okay? Okay, I'm going to save that till I finish the other points, and we'll put this to the test, okay? So again, you become what you despise, and we don't want that for you, all right? Another thing is you start losing energy daily, on a daily basis, to negativity, all right, which takes you into fear. So again, each and every day, we all have a certain amount of energy that we exude. And fear-focused life experiences, thoughts, beliefs take up a lot more energy than love. Because remember what I've said previously, every decision we make is based on fear or love. Love is lighter. That's why a lot of times people feel they can breathe again. They feel lighter, more optimistic when they're operating on love, more energetic. Fear is more dense, okay? Negativity is heavier. This is why people get low energy, they're tired all the time, exhausted, and they're not creative because it takes far more energy to be negative. So when you're in that environment, day in, day out, you're going to lose a lot of energy. So think of yourself as being in a swimming pool or in the lake, treading water. You're constantly treading water to exist in this negative environment. over time, if you never, put your feet on solid ground and get grounded, you're going to get tired of treading water. And eventually you're going to sink. And that's what ends up happening. That over time, you get tired and you can't put up the fight to be positive anymore in this negative environment. So you start to sink into negativity, okay? Which is a dangerous place to be. Oops, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So lose energy. Point number 3 is when you lose energy over time, you become stuck. You become stuck there. You become emotionally stuck. And this stunts your growth. So this is why you feel your life's not fun anymore, because you're constantly doing the same thing, thinking the same thoughts, having the same beliefs, and there's no emotional growth, right? That every day becomes actually quite boring. So this is why a lot of people that's surrounded by negativity feed off drama, because their life is flatlined. They've become so bored that they actually want to create drama or feed off other people's drama because they're so bored with their lives. There's no joy, nothing to look forward to, no happiness. So they're all about the pessimistic lifestyle. So they actually remain stuck, okay? And they don't know their way back out because they've been doing it for so long, thinking the same thoughts, the same negative beliefs, that after a while, you don't know any better. So you find yourself stuck in anger, resentment, jealousy, bitterness, unforgiveness, those negative emotions. You end up stuck there, okay? And finally, what I believe is the most dangerous thing that staying in a toxic environment does to us is it damages your spirit. It breaks your spirit to a point where you just feel hopeless. Everything's hopeless, okay? You don't feel love. You don't feel love for yourself or for others. You just become so toxic, right? Your spirit, you feel like you have no value, no importance, that you don't add to any value to anybody's life anymore. You become so negative that way. Or you feel a lack of, again, love in your life, and you're so far removed from love that you become unhappy on a regular basis, that you're more unhappy than happy. You don't remember the last time you laughed, had fun, felt good, felt blessed, felt grateful. You're just stuck, emotionally stuck. And over time, this damages your spirit within. Because we're created from love. We're meant to feel love, right? Fear is there to keep us safe and to help us evolve and know what we want and don't want. It's not meant to keep us stuck there, okay? Fear is there to just, challenge us. But what happens is when you lose energy on a constant basis, day in, day out to negativity, after a while you, again, treading water, can't make your way to the surface, you start to feel hopeless, like you're drowning. And a lot of times, unfortunately, this is where people become depressed, okay? Sometimes even moving to suicide when they lose their sense of hopelessness. So it's imperative that you remove yourself, or limit the amount of time you're around negativity, whether it's the workplace, the home, somehow, some way, you need to protect yourself and your energy from negativity, okay? So when will you do that? When you feel you deserve better and you really want to put the time into becoming happy, all right? You're sick of treading water and you want solid ground where you feel grateful, happy, more than unhappy, okay? It's not realistic to be floating on a cloud and be happy every single moment of your life. Life's full of challenges, especially with all the fear out there in our society, reminding us each and every day about the fear and you know? So we really have to rise above it. And it's a fight every day. And if you don't have the energy, you won't succeed, okay? Right now, especially with COVID scares and being inundated by drama, negativity, and telling us to remove ourselves from each other, we need that love from each other. So if you don't have it within yourself, you're going to find this extremely challenging, okay? So here's my answer to you. All is not lost, okay? You got to find that happiness and love within yourself, especially now when we're social distancing. You can't get it off everybody. You got to find it within yourself. This is what's going to get you up each and every morning to fight the good fight, okay? This is what's going to do it, right? Because everything else is a temporary solution and a band-aid solution, and it's not going to work for long. That's why, you buy yourself the nice car. After a while, you're back to feeling depressed, and you have the fancy meal or you lose a couple pounds, and then you're back to feeling depressed because you've lost the love within, okay? Because you're around this toxic, negative environment, and it's sucking the life out of you, okay? So we need to restore that love and life back into you so you could take your power back, okay? Remember who you are, that you are love. You are not fear, okay? God made you, gave you a spirit of love, not fear, okay? And it's going to help you when you're happy to become emotionally grow again, to feel like you're evolving as a human being, feeling that you inspire and have things to offer other people. This is what makes us feel good. When we help other people, it boosts our energy and makes us feel good about ourselves, and it stops making us feel depressed because we feel like we have purpose again, okay? Everyone, I feel like it just freaks me out what's going on right now, that people are stunting their emotional growth and just being so afraid to live their lives. That's not what God intended, okay? So if you're ready to be yourself and to take your power back and to get out of being emotionally stuck, I'm not going to kid you, this involves a bit of work. Again, there's no magic pill here. You don't wake up and go, oh, I'm going to do this, or do it for 2 weeks, and then it gets hard and you give up on yourself. Remember, you can never get away from yourself. So you may as well learn to love him or her now, okay? Because wherever you go, there you are. So let's do the work, okay? So I hope you found today's Functional Family Friday topic about the dangers of staying in a toxic, negative environment, how it's hurting your spirit and keeping you stuck. Very helpful, okay? If so, like the video, you know all the drill, right? But what I want to do is ask you to follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my free Facebook group called Stressful Family Relationships. You'll get all the videos and information straight up, all right? Also, I'm going to attach a link. Click on this link and let's see the state of your emotional health right now. So you'll get a quick checklist, okay? It's a free emotional checklist. Doesn't cost you anything but your time. So again, if you really want to help yourself, prove it. Do it. Get involved. I'm here to help you. But you got to take the first step. So click on the emotional checklist. Let's get started and let's get happy. Life is too short, okay? So from my heart to yours, God bless. Stay in the light of love, and I will see you next week on another episode of Functional Family Fridays. Stay in the light. God bless you.